The verb there to be. Welcome. Today we are going to explore the verb there to be. This is a useful verb that helps us talk about the existence of things. By the end of this video, you know how to use it in affirmative, negative, and interrogative sentences. Let's dive in. Affirmative form. When we use there to be in the affirmative form, we are saying that something exists. The verb changes depending on whether we are talking about one thing, singular, or more than one thing, plural. Singular, there is a cat in the garden. Plural, there are 3 books on the table. Tip. Use there is for one thing and there are for more than one thing. Negative form. In the negative form, we say that something does not exist. Just add not after the verb. Singular. There is not a cat in the garden. Or you can use the contraction form. There isn't a cat in the garden. Plural. There are not any books on the table, or there aren't any books on the table. Tip. You can use contractions like isn't and aren't to make your sentences sound more natural. Interrogative form. When we want to ask if something exists, we use the interrogative form. This means we put is or are at the beginning of the sentence. Singular. Is there a cat in the garden? Plural. Are there any books on the table? Tip. Remember to start with is for singular and are for plural when asking questions. Common errors. Mixing singular and plural. Remember, there is for singular and there are is for plural. Incorrect. There is 3 apples. Correct. There are 3 apples. Forgetting not in negatives. Make sure to include not to make the sentence negative. Incorrect. There are a dog in the park. Correct. There is not a dog in the park. Incorrect. Word order in questions. Always start questions with is or are. Incorrect. There is a cat in the garden. Correct. Is there a cat in the garden? Tips for remembering. Singular versus plural. Practice by looking around you and make sentences about what you see. There is a book. There are 2 chairs. Use flashcards. Write different sentences on flashcards and practice changing them from affirmative to negative to interrogative. Exercise. Let's practice what we've learned. Change the following sentences into the required forms. Question 1. There is a dog in the park. Negative interrogative. 2. There are not any cooks in the jar. Affirmative interrogative. And 3. Are there any students in the classroom? Affirmative negative. Answers. 1. Negative. There is not a dog in the park. Or there isn't a dog in the park. Interrogative. Is there a dog in the park? 2. Affirmative. There are cookies in the jar. Interrogative. Are there any cookies in the jar? 3. Affirmative. There are students in the classroom. Negative. There are not any students in the classroom. Or there aren't any students in the classroom. Please subscribe, like, share, and comment.